Good morning, scientists, and welcome to the Introduction to Enzymes and Lab Toothpick Ace. We are going to start today by going over our learning objectives, and our first one is going to be that you will be demonstrating your understanding of enzyme function by watching a video and completing a Freire model graphic organizer. I will ask for some volunteers to read the rest of the learning objectives. Our to-do list for today will be to watch Amoeba Sisters enzyme video, complete guided notes, review vocabulary for Freire models, do the Toothpick Ace introduction and safety, Toothpick Ace lab procedures, complete an exit ticket, and do a preview of tomorrow. Next up, we're going to log on to Kahoot and complete this biology enzymes anticipatory set, and we are going to go ahead and log on and get started. Please remember that you may not know all of the answers to the anticipatory set question. We might not know what happens when you raise the temperature of a reaction, but you will be able to answer these by the end of this lab. So go ahead and answer those questions. Next up, you will be watching this video by the Amoeba Sisters. As you can see, you do have a set of guided notes that you will be working on as you watch it. You can find those on Google Classroom, and we will come back and review those answers. In order for you to be successful with this lab, you need to understand the difference between an enzyme, a substrate, active site, product, and a rate of reaction, which is what we will be measuring with this lab. In order to do so, you will have 10 minutes to complete a Freire model for all of these, and you've been provided with a partially completed Freire model that has the definition, as you can see on this slide. So I will give you 10 minutes to complete those. As you know, one of the most important things before getting started on a lab is that we understand the problem and procedure at hand. So our problem for this lab will be, how does changing enzyme concentration or temperature affect the reaction time of enzyme activity? In this image, you see that the three variables that we will be changing will be pH, substrate concentration, and temperature. And you can see in the image that the blue represents the enzyme, or as you saw in the amoeba video, that would be the Pac-Man. And the substrate would be the little cherries or the little circles that you saw on the Pac-Man Amoeba Sisters video. So this is a very important image that we need to keep in mind, and we will come back to this. So as we've learned, enzymes are used in all metabolic reactions to control the rate of reactions and decrease the amount of energy necessary for the reaction to take place. Enzymes are specific for each reaction and are reusable. Enzymes have an area called the active site to which a specific substrate will bond temporarily while the reaction is taking place. Enzymes are proteins, remember from the video, proteins Pac-Man, that are used as catalysts in biochemical reactions. A catalyst is a factor that controls the rate of reaction without itself being used up. In biological systems, enzymes are used to speed up the rate of reaction. However, there are a number of factors that can affect the rate of an enzyme-facilitated reaction. In addition to the presence of the enzyme, amongst them are, right here, substrate concentration, temperature, and pH. As we're already familiar with, it is important for us to have a hypothesis as part of the scientific process of getting started with a lab. So here we have our if-then statement that you will be completing, and I'll let you have a little conversation in your small group to determine what you think will happen when we change each one of these factors. Okay, scientists, now it's time to prepare for our lab. In your lab, you will have a set of materials that you will be working with. You will be working with toothpicks, you will be working with your hands, a timer, an ice bucket, and some paper clips. You need to be sure that you understand that the hand is going to be acting as your enzyme, and the toothpicks are your substrate. So here you can see this image that you can refer to if you need to. Here you see the factors that we will be changing, and in this case the paper clips will represent the solvent and the ice bucket will be the change in temperature. One person will be the enzyme or the hand, another person the timekeeper, will have the scribe that will be writing down all the observations, and the counter or equipment manager that will make sure you have all the materials necessary to complete this successfully. Here you can see examples of the tables that you will need to be filling out as you go. Again, you will have access to all of this through Google Classroom so that you are ready to go tomorrow. Now that we have the necessary background to complete our lab tomorrow, first thing as we walk in, we're going to complete this exit ticket. I also wanted to give you a heads up that you will be doing some calculations and some graphing at the end of class tomorrow. So remember to wear closed-toed shoes, and I will see you bright and early tomorrow.